Morning guys, Jason from JVA Carpy Adventures, and this week you don't join me after work o'clock. It's a Friday. I've had this week off. Most of the week's been spent in Great Yarmouth with Emma, but it's Friday, now I'm out on the bank fishing, and this week I come from somewhere really new. I've never been before, I've always wanted to go, and that's Coking Farm in Dorset. So for now, let's roll that intro. Okay guys, so as I said, I am at Coking Farm, never been here before. I believe there's 7 lakes here. I kind of messed up with my plans this weekend. I thought I was fishing with Emma at Mousehole Lakes and I totally messed up. I got the dates wrong. So midweek I had to find somewhere to go, and I decided Coking Farm, gave them a call, and they literally had 2 swims left. Swim 14 on Woodland, which is where I am, and one of the other lakes, I can't remember. But, so I've picked swim 14 on Woodland Lake, never been here before, and really hoping for a good result. Nice first thoughts on the fishery, nice. Came in, went to reception, logged in, got some advice off the guys, which was basically, they seem to be feeding, you should be alright. Alright, that would do. And obviously just dip your nets and all before you come in, press the button, go through the gates. There's a car park literally no distance away. In fact, I'm going to show you that. So I know it's not very good on the old zoom in lens, but that's my van over there, so it really is no distance at all guys. Really happy with that. So as you can see also, I do not have anything set up. So there's my swim 14. Just turn that mic around so you can probably hear me a little bit better. So there's my swim 14 guys. Now I'm going to do a quick check on the compass as to where I put my bivvy, because rain is coming in, but I think I want to get the rods out first today. So before I do that, I think I'm probably going to do some investigations with the bait boat and the deeper. Once I've done that, and I think I found a few spots. I do not know the lake bottom or anything here, so I need to put a lead on. Lead about a little bit. Then once I'm happy that those spots are good, I'll save them in the old bait boat. And this week I'm going to be using Outlaw Pro Kriller, as I believe Fishmill does well here. And I may throw in the odd Parker baits. Just to let you guys know, Parker baits are now stocked here at Coking Farm Fishery guys, and I just bought myself some of their Magic Bean wafters. Thought I might even give them a try in this sesh. Alright guys, so for now obviously I've got stuff all over the place, I'm not set up. I want to at least get some rods in the water and see what's what, and get back to you when I am set up. Oh guys, I forgot, got to tell you about the start of the session. So I don't know if you know what I'm like, but I'm a nightmare for buying these on the way to fishing. And it normally works out about 90% right, that if I win on one of these, I catch fish. If I lose on one of these, I blank. Yeah, this one's a dud guys. I blanked on that. So am I going to blank on this session? You're going to have to stay tuned to find out, I'm afraid, but I friggin' hope not. Fingers crossed. Okay guys, so it's about 20 past 11 Friday, and as you can see, I decided to get the rods in first. I've got nothing else in, everything else is sitting on the side, but the rods are in, which means I am fishing. So this week, as I might have said, I am using Outlaw Pro Kriller. Apart from my right rod, I just cheekily threw out a Parker Baits OG Fish, because I had one already made in the solid PVA bag. So right hand rod is OG Fish in a solid bag, wafter. And then with this island you can see in front of me, probably about a rod length or so off the island, just cast out, I've put one on a pop-up, one on a wafter, new rigs using the Calder hoops, and one of them, the pop-up's actually got Nash trigger link, which is like an elasticated bungee type hook link that I've used for the boom. So I'm going to give it a try, see if it's any good or not, never know. But at first I just got to catch a fish, because obviously I've had that scratch card where I've not won. So I'm going to check out the weather. I know it's going to be raining tomorrow. I want to find out what direction it's coming from, give myself best chance of some shade and get the rest set up. But for now, that's your update, guys. Let's see if I can get a fish on the bank. Okay guys, so because this week I am using Outlaw Pro Kriller, which is going to be something like, oh, nearly had one, going to be something like that boilie wise, so 15 millers. I have crumbed about 2.5 kilos of it, mixed it with some pellet and just put 1 can of sweet corn, which is what you're allowed here. We've got that for a mix, guys. So it's crumb, pellet and a few 15mm boilies in there. Not sure if you see any boilies, but there you go. So 15mm boilies. And I'm not doing long distance, so I'm not going to spot it. I'm actually just going to use the bait boat and get that out. Hopefully you can see that, guys. Quite a nice little mix there. So I'm going to be bait boating it out. I've put some Parker Baits OG fish sauce in there just to moisten it up a bit, make it a little bit heavier so that it will go down. Because with the deeper, I could see it's a good 10 foot out there in the middle part. Shallows up obviously closer to the island, closer to the margin, but for the best part it's 10 foot. So that's the mix I'm going to use, guys. Alright guys, just going to do a little bit of handheld photography, I'm afraid. So, I was about to do a little bit to say, right guys, here's my rods, spots A, B, C. Spot A was on a Parker Baits, those new magic beans they're doing, they sell them here, so I bought them, put a yellow one on, whacked it near the lily pads. I put the other two, which are Kriller, from Outlaw Pro, one pop up, one bottom bait, no, one wafter, sorry, 2 points B and C. I was going to do this bit then, and then I had a phone call from Connor, and typically 9 times out of 10 when Connor calls me, one of my rod rips off. So lily pad rod rips off. Let's show you the footage. Okay guys, well, just redid the rods about half an hour ago on the phone to Connor, and the one I did to the lily pads totally ripped off, guys. Totally had to play it out of the lily pads, walk it back. Not big, give me a really good fight. It's a beautiful fish. It's a 15-pound common. Let's get her up for you. I've already treated the wound with propolis. Always try and do that as I take the hook out. Probably won't try and keep her too long because it is quite warm today, guys. But it is a beauty. I'm guessing she's going to give me a bit of a fight because I had the clutch quite tight. Probably didn't wear her out quite as much as I could have. There you go, guys. Look at that. Absolute beauty. I'll show you the other side, guys. There you go, guys. Look at that beauty. First fish from Coking Farm. Beautiful. Happy days. Get some pictures and then we'll get the beauty back. First fish for me, guys, from Coking Farm. Really pleased. Thought with that scratch card today I'm going to be blanking, but no. We've got a beautiful 15-pound mirror, common. About to say mirror. Looks bigger, doesn't it? Look at that. That is a beauty. We're going to let her relax for a bit. And she will go when she's ready. Happy days, thank you very much. Lovely little £15 common. Start my little weekend off, takes the pressure off. I bought a scratch card and lost, so I normally blank. Well, I'm not blanking this time, I actually caught, so proper happy with that, guys, proper happy. So I'm gonna cool myself down because I'm roasting, it's still really hot here. Get the rod back out and hopefully, fingers crossed, do it all over again. Okay guys, just typical. These are my rods, this is my water in front, and literally all the fish keep showing over here, which is not my water. Hopefully it'll brighten up a bit, and I'm sure if I leave that on there for a little bit, at some point some carp's going to jump out over there, because I've just been sitting here having my old steak bake and they've been jumping out over there literally consistently every few minutes, and I haven't got anything happening over my side at all. Oh, typical, just off camera, but there was one just there. I might zoom out a little bit more just so you get a bit better picture. Yeah, literally every 5 minutes something's boshing out over there, and that's actually 13's water, and then a little past that, which will be 12 water, they're boshing out there as well, and in front of me nothing's boshed out. That's just typical, innit, guys? Alright, so while I'm giving you a bit of an update, guys, I'm going to show you a little picture here. I'm sticking to the original spots. I tend to the first night just to see how things are. So my original spots are A, B and C on this map. A is actually a Parker Baits Magic Bean Yellow OG Fish Wafter with some Outlaw Pro Krilla Crush Boilie Pellet, a bit of liquid food. I've done the same sort of mix, oh, and a bit of sweet corn, same sort of mix over all three rods actually, guys. My middle rod is a Krilla pop-up, and my left hand rod is a Krilla wafter. So that's the update for Friday evening, guys. I'm going to keep recording just in case some real chunks bosh out over there, but yeah, it's just making me feel like this swim was left because no one wants to fish it, but doesn't mean I won't catch any more. I've been fortunate enough to have one. Obviously my first time here, so I don't know the lake, and this was actually the only peg on this lake free, and there was only one other peg on one other lake free, so I didn't really have much of a choice. So this is where I am, and we'll try and make the best of it, guys. Morning, guys. So about 6 o'clock Saturday morning, lights starting to come up, so I'm up to watch the water, and unfortunately I didn't have anything last night. With having that bite so soon yesterday, I did kind of think, oh hello, should be alright for a bite. Only difference I will say is that was on like a high vis type bait. It was a bright yellow, and my other two baits are both sort of match the hatch type thing, so like a dark red. So might be a case of, if I don't get anything this morning's bite time on what I put out yesterday, that I change everything to bright baits. Might give that a go later, but for now I'm going to have a coffee, watch the water, and pray to them carp gods that I get another fish or two. Look at that, guys, how beautiful is that to wake up to? And the phone doesn't do it any justice. Morning, guys. So about 10:45 Saturday morning. As normal, I like to bring the rods in about 10 o'clock, go for a comfort break. And obviously all morning whilst I've been watching the water, I've seen a couple splashes, but I'll be honest, the ones I've seen, or at least one of them was a catfish. Strange, I don't normally see them splashing about on top, but yeah, I saw catfish. Anyway, so back to what I'm going to do today. So I've been doing match the hatch on two rods, which are the sort of dark red Krilla, and had nothing. I had a Parker Baits Magic Bean Yellow Wafter, by the pads yesterday and had my first fish off of there. So I'm going to stick with the Parker Baits Magic Beans. I'm going to go for pink, white and orange today, and I am going to put one back, so the PVA bag is going to go back to the lily pads. Obviously I've had one on there. Because it's fishing locked up, I won't fish that during the night. I'll find another spot either mid-channel or towards the island for this evening. And I did kind of had one in mid-water, so where it is 10 foot here, and then one a little bit tighter to the bank. I think I've been watching the bird life, and I don't think they'll go crazy over my far bank, so the island, they're not going crazy over there. So I think I could get away with finding a couple of spots that are like 3.5 foot and put a couple rigs over there. So I think that's the case. So probably as you see them, my right hand rod will be the PVA bag towards the lily pads. The white will be my middle rod, tightish to the island, and the orange will be tightish to the island. So that's what I'm going to go with for today, guys. I will try and show you if it's not raining exactly where I've got them, and fingers crossed I might be able to get a fish out or two. Okay guys, so oh, one just boshed out over there. Again, not in my area. That swims 13. Crap. Alright guys, so I've just got the rods back out, and I thought I'd show you, since it's not raining, where they are. I'm going to have to hand hold the first one because it is, without falling in myself, down this margin. If it focuses in on them, the lily pads down there. So that is a pink Magic Baits. It's a pink Parker Baits Magic Bean OG fish. So that's in the lily pads just down there, guys, just on this side of it, with some krilla mix and chops. I'll put it back on the tripod for the other two, guys. Okay guys, so the other two, the middle one, so middle rod is on a white Magic Bean from Parker Baits OG fish, and I've gone quite tight to the island. So let me just put it in the middle of your screen, and I will just point just in there, tight to the island, guys. So it takes me to my left rod, which is in towards this bay, not quite as tight as that one was, and that's an orange Magic Bean. So I've gone pink, white and orange Magic Beans today, again with a krilla mix, and that's about here, so about a rod length off, guys. So apologise for the finger. So again, all the fish I've seen have been generally over in that direction, which is swims 13 and 12 water. So I'm guessing that's why swim 14 was free, because it's probably not one of the hot spots. But we're going to see if we can make something happen. We're here for, well, till tomorrow morning, and I don't know, I'm pretty confident, if I'm honest. So even though I've not had anything yet, let's zoom. Oh, as he turns around, something splashes. Unfortunately I was looking at the camera, I didn't actually see. So I'm not sure if it's, oh, there's a lot of bubbling going on. Let's see if I can get that on camera for you guys. So I'll focus in on that area for me. Just see if the one thing I will say, guys, is in that sort of place, so middle for diddle on my swim, there has been a cat that has splashed up. Now I haven't done catfish fishing for quite a while, but I do fish for catfish. Now, it's not too often that you get them slap on the surface, but yeah, in that area they were. So whether that was the same one or not, I don't know, but I certainly saw it there earlier today. So hoping that's not a carp, because I ain't got a rod there. But that's where we are for Saturday afternoon, guys. Fortunately it stopped raining, so I've been able to get out, have a little look, put the boat out on all the spots. Fingers crossed can get a carp or two. I haven't blanked, but obviously I'd like a bit more than one. I know this place has been known for good hits. I'm not certain about this particular lake, but I know, you know, I've seen loads of posts where people at Coking Farm have had massive hits of fish and it's been great. I don't think I'm in the best swim, but we will make the best of it and see what we can do. Catch up later, guys. Alright guys, what you can't see is off camera I've tried grabbing my net and it's fallen apart, which is just typical, isn't it? So now I've got to get to my other side where my catfish net is. So that's what you're about to see now. Alright guys, so not what I was expecting to catch. I'm not going to do full photography with it or anything. I will show it to you. Little 13.5 pound catfish. Obviously not what I come for, but nice all the same. There you go guys. I'm only going to take a couple of pictures, then I'm going to get her straight back. What is that? It's a catfish. Alright guys, so fish number 2 is a little catfish. Only 13.5 pounds, so a proper baby by catfish standards. I'm sure she's probably not going to wait around. If I can get the end of it out her way. She's gone. Happy days. By the lily pads. Wasn't expecting that from the lily pads, but there you go. Evening guys, so not a lot happened this afternoon. Rained on and off, and I actually did see one carp jump in front of me today, so I'll show you where that is in a minute, because that's where I've got my middle rod. So where am I going tonight? All of my baits are the magic beans, so Parker baits, magic beans. I've gone for pink, white and orange. Just trying to remember what I got there. So pink, white and orange guys. My first rod, if you look in line with the bush that's dead bang in the middle now, I am just underneath it. I'm going to put my finger in guys, just underneath it, tight to the island there. So middle rod, which is where I've actually seen a fish today, which is surprising, but it's only in close, about here guys. And my last rod, I've gone back over to this bay because I keep seeing loads of activity over here, so I've gone back to the bay. I haven't gone quite as close this time guys, so probably about here, so that's probably about 3 rod lengths out, so about there. And all of them have gone out with some pellet crumb mix, so fingers crossed can start picking up a fish or two. I mean, 2 I don't think is very good for here. I don't know, I can't say I've heard other people's alarms going off. I definitely don't think I'm in a good swim, but you know, let's not make excuses, let's try and catch carp. So that's where we are for Saturday evening guys. Going to be leaving first thing in the morning. Going to be keeping an eye on what time the rain's coming in, because I'd rather try and leave before it. Everything's wet anyway, so it's going to need drying out, but I'd rather it wasn't soaking wet all the way home. So fingers crossed that I can get to give you some more footage of fish tonight. If not, give you an update in the morning. Morning guys. So obviously due to the lack of nighttime footage, no fish for me during the night. So a bit down on that, but it is what it is. I've come to a brand new place, Woodland Lake at Coking Farm Fishery. I've had 1 carp, I've had 1 catfish, so to be fair, it's better than blanking, so I'm not going to take it as a negative. I know I'm not in the best peg because I've looked at a few fish reports now online and seen pegs next to me seem to be pretty good. That's definitely where I could see a lot of fish boshing about. I can't say I've heard a lot of fish coming out on the lake, but there is a aerator going, so I might not have heard alarms, but it's what it is, guys. But the main thing really is, whilst I've been watching, there's been lightning going off somewhere. Can't hear no thunder, so I know it's nowhere close. I have to be off by 10 o'clock anyway, but it looks like on my phone the rain is coming in for 9 o'clock. So still pitch black out there at the minute. Don't think it's going to get lighter till about 6:45, so got a while before it gets lighter. But I think I'm going to start slowly packing stuff away inside the bivvy. Maybe get a few things in the barrow and on the barrow and get it ready, so when first light does crack, I can sort of start getting my stuff off ski. Obviously got a little bit of a drive home, but yeah, so what's my thoughts on the place? Well, I haven't gone and investigated the whole place, guys. It was really lastminute.com for me, so I can't say I've done a lot of research before I got here. Unfortunately, I was with Emma away until the night before. I did have a look the night before, but by then I'd kind of already done some prep and all. I might have gone a slightly different way here. I probably would have been better off buying their house pellet. I've seen a lot of people online, Facebook and all, been catching with their house pellet, so I probably should have gone for house pellet on this one, guys, so that's my bad. But does mean I'm forewarned for next time I come, and I will be coming here again, because I think it's got, well, I don't think, I know I've seen loads of people have really great hits here, not particularly on this lake, but on like the others, and it seems I probably should have gone to Long Lake for my first time here. And actually, when I called up midweek, there was only 2 lakes available, Woodland and Long Lake, and it was like peg number 59 or something like that on Long Lake, or 14 on Wood Lake. 14's my birthday, so I went, oh yeah, Wood Lake, that'll do, 14. Probably wasn't a right move, but doesn't matter. When you get here, there's a reception at the front that you've got to check in, which has a really good shop in there. Like I said, they're now stocking Parker baits, so I bought some of their magic beans, and it's the OG fish magic beans that I've caught on this weekend, guys. And then the other thing that I like, there's a gate before you go onto the fishery, but they've got your net dips there, but also they've got a large container with a hose gun that you press a button to spray, and that's for spraying your cradles down. So that, I think, is a really nice touch, and you know, I like to see stuff like that. Anything to do with safety for the fish and the fishery and all the rest, I'm really up for. So that was a really nice touch. I've got parking really close to where I am, so you know, that's not too bad either. So I can't really give you loads of info about the place. I didn't use the facilities here, but I'm sure they're probably really nice. Alright guys, quick little look at the toilet block at Coking Farm. It's quite nice. Got a couple nice toilets there. Don't see that everywhere. Dryers, and obviously just washing facilities and all there, so fairly decent. Happy days. I'm definitely going to be coming back, guys. That's all I can say, really. I haven't been prepared enough on this trip, and I'm always battering on be prepared, but it really was lastminute.com, as I messed up my dates for Mousehole. I'm actually at Mousehole next week with Emma, and I thought it was this week. So yeah, I'm grateful I've caught. I would have really loved to have caught something substantial, but for first time visiting somewhere, never been here before, I probably wasn't quite on the right approach. The lily pad saved me with 2 fish. I won't fish lily pads during the night, guys, just simply because there's a good chance I don't get on the rod quick enough. Obviously I'm fishing locked up when you're up to pads, and it's okay during the day. I can get on it, I can walk it back, I can, you know, play the fish out if it gets in there and all the rest. In the night time, it's a different kettle of fish. It's not safe, or I don't believe it's safe, and I'm not happy doing that. So I won't do snags in the night, just in case I can't get on them quick enough. So as you probably heard, next week I am at Mousehole with Emma for another session, our last session of the year together. So I hope you've enjoyed this short one. I have obviously got some nice footage you would have seen of the lake. It's a nice place. It really is a nice place. I'm definitely coming back. In fact, I may even be booking that up on my way out. Check my diary where I can fit it in and probably book it up on the way out. So yeah, nice place. Can't wait to get back, if I'm honest. So guys, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Really helps me out. Doesn't cost you anything at all. If you've enjoyed this short and only 2 fish in it film, give it a like for me. Be really helpful. And if you want to be notified of future posts, hit that bell icon for me, guys. So only leaves me to say, stay safe, stay fishing, and I'll see you in the next one of my vlogs.